Tackle. Oh, this is a race for the ball. Small going back foot. They noticed that there was no one home. Burns up very shallow in the back line for Lakes United, and quickly Clune spotted it, and that's certainly a dangerous situation for Lakes. They'll have to cover that up because the Combines have gained valuable ground with that very, very little effort. But still, they're not in possession. There's the penalty. Penalty will go to Lakes. Ford not getting off the tackle player, so Lakes United will have a chance to relieve the situation as Ward it is, who finds touch probably about 11 metres from the halfway mark. Loftus hits it up to Hately. Hately met there by Bowditch and also Ford. Brad Johnson goes to Tony Orr. Tony Orr heavily strapped on that left leg, left thigh. He's met by Ford. Now they work the blind. And that was the prop, Lance Cross, who was tackled. He's taken play into the territory of the Combines as Orr. A little bit of hesitancy there in the Lakes United forwards. Orr was looking for runners. There was no one coming through. Now it goes to Cross, to Ward rather. He chips into the open spaces. Going back for it is Graham Emanuel. He takes it, caught though by the defence. He'll play it just outside his own 22-metre mark. Hopwood runs from dummy half, starts to straighten up. Lost the ball though. Cross has it now for Lakes United. He's met there by the defence. He's held up, will be forced to play it. Tyack moves to dummy half. He'll run from that position. Gains a couple of metres with a run before he's grabbed by Johnson and swung to the ground. Now it's Hayes, the big centre. He gets from that dummy half. He's gained ground every time he's got the ball, and he'll play it about 20 metres out. Moving to dummy half is Orr. They work it, switch it around. Goes on to Ward. Ward hits it up solidly. He's met there by the defence, and he'll play it probably about 8 metres out. This is a chance for Lakes United to put points on the board. Going for it now is Hayes, but he's ruled that he's knocked that ball on. In it goes. But beautiful defensive work by Johnson. He moved around quickly on to Manuel and put him to ground. Clune runs from dummy half, caught. He'll put play it back now to Ford. And it comes to Barnhill. Barnhill wrapped up quickly. Lakes United's players still keen to go in there on 2 and 3 in defence. Ball now to Doherty. Doherty will put boot to ball. It bounces awkwardly for Duncan, but now he picks it up, starts to go forward, gets away from Graham Carroll, can't get away from Bill King's grasp, and he'll play it probably about 15 metres into the Colliambli's, Darling Point Colliambli's territory. Small now with the ball. Tackled by Fattori. Hayes onto War. Second row, he's only a small fellow, but he's a real 80-minute trial. Loftus is going to move to dummy half. There's a chance that Lakes United want to get there. They want to get up and try and get that passes. Ward got it back into Cross. Cross was tackled by Brett Johnson, and Lakes United again working play up towards the Darlington Point Colliambly try line, but Doherty was beautifully taken though by Duncan as he tried to run it out. He'll play it probably only 8 metres out from his own try line. So again, was a bit of a mishandling by, there's another penalty to Darlington Point Colliambly, as I think Cross might have been penalised for hanging onto the Guernsey of the front rower in John Barnhill rather, as he went to grab that ball from the dummy half position. Doherty finds a touch, probably about only about another 8 metres down the track. Hopwood now to restart play. We've had 25 minutes. There's a few fellas standing up right in front of that clock. You wouldn't picture it, would you? There's probably every other position to stand, but they've got to stand right in front of the clock because you can't see the markings as the ball goes to Vittori. Vittori put off balance, finally claimed there by Tyack. He'll get to his feet, playing it back to Hopwood. Hopwood always there in that dummy half position. Johnson with the ball, but he's swung to ground. He'll play it probably about 30 metres into his own territory. Barnhill swings it back the blind side to Emanuel. Colin Carroll's put it to ground. He's knocked it on. That'll force the scrum, so it'll be a Lakes United feed. If they can win this and put a little pressure on the Combines and get back into the game, they need a try. We've had, as I said, I can't see it exactly, 25, probably about 26 or 27 minutes of the first half so far. Ball looks like it could be Lakes United. No, Darlington Point Colliambly have come up with it against the feed. Emanuel, out it goes to Clune. Clune caught underneath good low tackle too by Cross it was. Going from dummy half is Ford. Oh, he swivels out of one. Lakes United are going to have to put him to ground. He's still going forward. He's put to ground finally. But that was poor defence up front in that first line as Ford has gained valuable ground. Coming up with it, oh, it's a penalty. Here's the Manuel from dummy half. He's dangerous. He's caught though by the defence, and Lakes United will want to tighten it up around that edge of the ruck as he plays it back now to Vittori. Clune, they've got players out wide. Out comes to Graham Carroll. He's got Winger King in support. Can he get away from Small? Back inside, and Colin Carroll's in for the try.
Conversion unsuccessful by Brett Doherty. The scoreline, Darlington Point, Colliambley 10, lead Lakes United 0.
When you need the earth moved for you, call Peter Ryan Earth Moving. Peter Ryan Earth Moving undertakes site excavations, rock breaking through to road building. Specialising in low loader and header haulage, all Peter Ryan units are two-way controlled. Peter Ryan has the expertise and the equipment you need without earth-shattering rates. Peter Ryan Earth Moving, 624873.
My dear, whatever's got into the vicar?
They see he's found the answer.
Miss Bracegirdle's in a surprisingly good mood.
Thank goodness she finally found the answer.
Alfie must have won the lottery.
Nah, reckons he just found the answer.
That's not like Prim Whistle.
It is since you discovered the answer.
Ford Pills, the gentle, reliable answer to irregularity for over 50 years. Real easy to take, low in calories.
Irrigation accessories from Griffith Farm Water Services. Griffith Farm Water Services, simply the best in irrigation.
Restarted, taken far side there by winger Rob, and he is tackled just inside the 22 metre mark. I'm not in condition as Vittori plays it. Work the blind side, it goes to Brett Johnson. Johnson on the blind, still going. Oh, there's missed tackles everywhere. Johnson up to the halfway mark, lobs the pass inside, but it's loose. It'll be dived on by a Lakes United player. And oh, that was poor defence by Lakes on the edge of the ruck. And Johnson now to dummy half, takes it on to Burns. Ducks under one. Still going. Caught though by the Brett Johnson, it was, or Ford. Now goes to Hayes. Hayes is everywhere. He's got a roving commission, obviously, because he's been in amongst the forwards, out in the centres. The ball now to Ward. Ward dummies, made the half break, looking for support. It wasn't there, but he was swung to the ground by Barnhill. He'll play it 10 metres into the Aztec Roosters half as Johnson doesn't evade the tackle of Hopwood, and Hopwood managed to cling to his Guernsey enough for Clune to come in and claim him. Hayes fires it onto the blind side, cross the little Ward rather, the little kick, close to knocking that on Doherty, but he picked it up cleanly, scooped it up, and he's now tackled probably on the 22 metre mark. Coming away from dummy half is Clune. Darlington Point Colliambley with a 10-0 lead. Half-time coming up, so Lakes United badly need a converted try as Vittori tackled. But that was poor defence there before by Lakes United. This is one part that John Hately will be emphasising on his players. Barnhill has his legs chopped from underneath him and comes right out into the mud heap, getting to his feet, plays it. Hopwood, they work the blind. Doherty's there. Good kick by Doherty, but taken cleanly by the far winger in Graham Hill. He evades one, still going, straightens uphill, reaches the halfway mark. Finally dragged down. Good run from the little winger, and he's play it right on the halfway mark. Comes the blind side onto Hayes. Hayes striving to bust the tackle there of Graham Colt Carroll. It was Clune that finally pegged him. Ward onto Johnson. Johnson swamped in a tackle. Good tackle too. Over the top it was Barnhill. Play it. They work the blind. There's Hately. Hately stands. Someone underneath it was Brett Johnson. Over the top was Barnhill. Now they work it to Thorpe. Thorpe urging forward. He's taken play to about 17 metres into Darlington Point Coleambly's territory as Ward now puts it boot to ball. King goes back, takes it, comes to Duncan, gets away from him, but he can't get away from Peter Small, the centre three-quarter, and he finally puts King to ground. Getting to his feet now, it's Clune, a dummy half. Fires a pass to Graham Carroll. He brushes off one tackle, but can't get away from Tony Hayes, who pulls him to ground right on the 22-metre line. Ball goes to Fattori. He's knocked it on, diving on it his horse, so Lakes United to come up with possession. A mistake there from Fattori. He hasn't made too many of them. Now the ball to Ward, onto Hayes. Hayes, the big fellow, stands looking to pass the ball, but no, he's taken low, and I think that might have been the half-back to Manly. Bruce Johnson. Oh, there's a chance here for him. Will he beat the race for the ball? No. Johnson quick there to seize the opportunity, who was lucky not to get a hand of that ball and force it, but that's the first time that Lakes United have looked like scoring, and it could give them a little bit of confidence. There's about 6 minutes to go and they need to put the pressure on. They badly need a try before the half-time break if they're going to get back into this game. Restart from Doherty. Doherty gets it out to the 22-metre mark where Haitley picks it up. He gains a couple of metres with the run, plays it back to Johnson. Johnson to Ward, links up with Craig Tyack. Little fellow takes it forward, caught there by Fattori. Johnson dummies towards cross, still, no, it's Duncan rather, and Duncan's wrapped up there though by the defence. I think underneath was Hopwood. He'll play it back. Tony Orrs to dummy half. Here it is to Ward. Ward shapes one way, dummied one way. He's close to the line. He's only about 2 or 3 metres out. They badly need this try. Johnson's a dummy half. What'll they do? They'll fire it out the back line. It goes to Orr. Orr fires it across. Oh, the ball is knocked on and have lost possession. They tried to force the pass then, Lakes United, and this could be their undoing as they just tried too hard. I think as Clune gets a pass out at Emmanuel. Emmanuel's got support the way. Well, that ball's gone forward. It'll be picked up by Emmanuel, who went back for it. A little bit of panic passing from both sides on that occasion as Demamiel now gets to his feet to play it back. Goes to Barnhill, the steadier. He'll wrap it up. Cross over the top. Duncan down injured, receiving attention now from the Lakes United strapper as Ford fires that across. Fattori comes back inside. Oh, good palm off there on Loftus. But underneath, I can't see the player. It's a Lakes United. Could have been Cross, or no, it's Thorpe. Ball out to Doherty. Doherty gets his kick in though. Going back for it is Joe Burns. It'll bounce back in field for him though, and he'll pick it up on his own 22-metre line. He'll start to run it up. Tries to overrun the tackle of Clune, but Clune sticks with him. It puts him to ground. Loftus has moved to dummy half. Fires a pass to Hayes. Some of those Darlington Point players could have been a little offside then as Hayes strives. He's still going. He's a strong fellow. It takes a couple of players to put him to ground, and he'll play it about 2 metres short of the halfway line. Back is Johnson there, a dummy half. Oh, he ran into a wall. Oh, that was good play by Graham Demaniel. He hit him, and Johnson spewed up the ball, and Graham Demaniel quickly dived on it. Graham Carroll, rather, as the ball come out to Colin Carroll. Out it comes to Doherty. Doherty's met in a good tackle, though. It was Thorpe. He'll play it quickly. Back to work the blind side with Barnhill. Barnhill met in. Gee, that was a good tackle, too. Haitley in over the top, and, of course, Brett Johnson in there to lend a hand. Barnhill getting very gingerly to his feet. Plays it back now. It's gone out to Demamiel, to Clune. Clune's got nowhere to go. Has his legs chopped from underneath him by Johnson, right on the halfway mark. It's Hopwood. Out it goes to Colin Carroll. He puts boot to ball. Has he found, yes, he has found young Graham Hill just out of position a little and found touch just inside the 22-metre mark in Lakes United's territory. Only about 2 minutes to go to half-time, and Darlington Point Coleambly lead by 10 points to 0. Could be history in the making because they've had to come from 5th spot. This will be 10 on the trot, I think, if they do happen to take this one out this afternoon. But Lakes United certainly not done with yet, as Johnson is tackled on the 22-metre mark at the base of that scrum. Playing it back out across. Comes to Burns, fullback, up in the play. Fattori was the tackler. Hayes again to dummy half. They work the blind. Here it goes to Loftus. He gains a couple of metres with a run before he's put to ground. Comes now to Thorpe. Stands, dummies one way, but couldn't fill the defence there. I think it might have been Hopwood. They work the blind side again. Johnson met by Hopwood. Hopwood he managed to get the pass back to Loftus though, but he was going to ground as he took it. He did well to hang on to the ball, and he'll play it just inside the 15-metre mark. Goes back to Ward, to Thorpe. Thorpe puts the ball to air. They seem to be a little bit hesitant there. No one eager to go forward. Going back for it is... and the referee and Moore ruled that ball was knocked on by Hopwood, so this scrum to be fed by Johnson, and it'll pack down probably about 25 metres out from the Darlington Point Colliambry trial line. Only a minute and a half to go, I'd say, to half time. So if this is Lake's chance as Johnson goes the blind side, he's met there though by Demamiel. He'll play it. Moving back to dummy half is Burns. The fullback takes it up strongly. Caught there. The defence was pretty solid as Thorpe fires it across now to Ward. Ward around the corner. Oh, Tony Orr's knocked it on.
When you need the earth moved for you, call Peter Ryan Earthmoving. Peter Ryan Earthmoving undertakes site excavations, rock breaking through to road building. Specialising in low loader and header haulage, all Peter Ryan units are two-way controlled. Peter Ryan has the expertise and the equipment you need without earth-shattering rates. Peter Ryan Earthmoving, 624873.
Welcome to Carl's Car Care. I'd like some advice. Make no mistake, we're the caringest car carers around.
Right. I'm not sure what time it is on my
we
car.
have an excellent deferred payment plan that lets you defer payment.
That's right. Can you tell me what oil I should use?
And as you can see, we have the biggest, shiniest hoists ever made. Ever.
That's right. Will unleaded suit.
And each customer gets a free gift.
That's right.
Last year, over 200,000 members got the right answers from the NRMA's Technical Advisory Service.
I'd like some advice.
That's why it pays to belong.
Breakthrough from Canon. Copying in color. The colors of your life can now be the colors of your reports, charts, presentations, or just about anything. From compact personal copiers to complete systems copiers, Canon has a copier for you. Canon. Is there any other way to copy?
Canon, the image of precision. Now available at WBM Griffith, the office equipment people.
Well, the second half of this 1987 grand final has got underway, and taking the restart is Ray Thorpe. It takes it up to the 22-metre mark before he's tackled. Put to ground, and you can have a much chance to give you a half-time summary, but hitting out 10-0 it was at half-time as the ball now swung across to Cross, or Ward from Ward. And I noticed that Cole Ward has got a strap on his nose, so obviously he did, I said in the first half call that he had blood streaming from it, so obviously it's a broken one, but he's wearing a protecting cover on his docket. He takes the ball up, he's caught just on the halfway mark, reaches into Lakes United's territory, so the Sharks have got the job ahead of him as Rodney Foster, who was on for Stephen Bowditch, a tactic that has been used by coach John Barnhill in the lead up to this grand final, as Alan Fattori tackled. He'll play it back. It comes to Demamiel. On it goes to Barnhill, and Barnhill streams it forward. Tackle on the 10-metre mark in Lakes United's half, and he'll play it back to Hopwood, who's forever in that dummy half position. Back it comes to Clune. Out it goes to Colin Demamiel. He fires one out, picked up well by King, but he gains a couple of metres. A good run by the snowy-headed, shall we say, and winger in King, who'll play it. Fired out cross now to Clune. He chips into the open space, but waiting for it is Orr. He takes it cleanly. Lakes United in possession, but they're pegged in their own 22-metre mark, and they've got to get out of there. as the ball comes to Joe Burns, the fullback. He's tackled. Foster, the defensive worker there. As the ball now goes to cross straight up centre field. He gained a good 10 metres with the run. Found the defence snapping. He'll play it back to Burns, who's moved up from the fullback position, involving himself in the play. Run around, but the wrap up there by Brett Johnson and Hopwood halts his progress. 15 metres into his own territory. It goes now to Ward. Ward puts the high one in. Having to go across for it is Doherty, but he waits for it curly to bounce, gets the favourable one, comes to Duncan, but he's met there by the blonde-headed winger and tackled probably 8 metres short of the halfway mark. Still in his own half. Foster certainly doing plenty of work, and he's lost the ball. It's gone backward, and Lakes United were too slow to get up there and pick it up, and Darlington Point have managed to retain possession. Ball comes toward it, comes to the Johnson, the second row. A couple of metres with a run before he's tackled by Tyak. Now it's Hopwood for Tory. Work it out to Clune. Clune always there. He's been a great link between the forwards and the backs for the side today. He seems to be in possession. He reads the game well as DeManuel across to Carroll. Out it goes to Graham Carroll. He's met there out of Ward. Gets it on to Doherty. Doherty's got King in support, but he coming across in cover is Graham Hill, who puts him into the turf, and a good tackle as King will move to dummy half. Fires it across now. Colin Carroll managed to take it. He kicks it into open spaces. Waiting for it is Graham Hill. He takes it. Can he get away from Rob? He's got plenty of pace. Up the sideline he goes. He's getting up to the halfway mark. Rob comes at him and puts him in a touch and a good tackle. But it was good football. And Graham Hill has taken the game into Darlington Point Colambly's territory as Rob came across, and a real match of the two speeches there, John.
Yes, certainly, Ted. It was great rugby league, and also it was nice to see Lakes acknowledge that good run. His own teammates acknowledges it, and maybe it might be an opportunity for them to get some enthusiasm back, because certainly Darlington Point Colambly has come back and they're continuing the good work of the first half with, as I repeat, match winners in Graham Carroll in the backs and Alan Fattori in the forwards.
Righto is Fattori with the ball. He gets to his feet, plays it. Clune slips it past to Johnson. Johnson's met.